Yes, indeed. We got our brother Black Laren in here. Good to see you, brother Black Laren. What's happening with you? Salute to Black Laren. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And of course, we got my brother Q from Let's Talk 2 in here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and you share this thing out. Let's have a conversation. Salute to brother Q. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get everybody up in here, man, and let's get this thing rolling the way we need to get it rolling, y'all. Let me get this thing rolling the way we need to get it rolling, man. Let me get Q up in here. Let me get Q up in the building, man. Shit. There we go. Let me see if I got Q in here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Q. Let me see if I can see Q. What's going on with Q's screen, though? Get Q up there. There he is. Salute, brother Q. What's happening with you, brother? What's
Peace,
happening?
peace. What's going on? What's going on, family?
Can't
What's
go
going on,
ahead.
everybody in the chat? Great Sunday afternoon, man. It's funny. I got the alert, and I'm like, dang, I got something I got to do in about an hour or so, but I had to come on so we could talk about no kings.
Right, the no things, yeah, the bullshit, right, man. So Q. I mean, when you think of this, because I was gonna get some appetizers in, but you know what? Let's go right to this no king shit. I mean, I've seen a lot of circus shit go on throughout throughout this term so far, but it's just a lot of pandering, man. This
I got
immigration
a
shit
couple
got a lot of
videos for you
folks.
too, Chef.
Oh, you do, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So look, my thing is this, right? Apparently this was a nationwide arrangement or initiative, right? And folks came out, they did their little thing, man, but what stood out to me was the type of folks that was coming out. I mean, I saw some of the most freak nasty type of people out here. A lot of folks with painted hair. You understand me? A bunch of folks that's on that rainbow type of time. And I'm just trying to understand, what the hell is that supposed to mean as far as progress for anybody? So I want
This
to.
was.
Go ahead, Q.
Go
Pardon
ahead,
me.
my bad. Go ahead, my bad.
No. Well, look. At the end of the day, right? What has to happen with folks collectively is that some order has to be restored. All of this promotion of hypersexuality, as far as I'm concerned, that shit gotta stop, man. I'm thinking the way I saw this shit, the way people were dressed up, they were looking for reasons to 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 express themselves in a kind of a passive or suggestive sexual way. The way they were dressing up, man, like let me show you this one joint right here real quick, Q. This is an example. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this dude. Now, they call them the furries, right? I believe they call these type of cats furries. And he's out there, I believe this is Washington. He's out there dressed up like a cow with the bib on, flirting this little shit out. This is sexual stuff. It got nothing to do about the upliftment or liberation of a people. This is sexual stuff. All these folks are horny. All they do, brother Q. I mean, like, look at this other one here. Let me show you this. Boom. Look at this. Man, look. This shit is crazy, yo. But this is what it looks like. Then of course you always find a black, a melanated, running around. Another one want to have a reason to dress up. These are crisis actors, as far as I'm concerned. These folks are all some type of paid for a situation. Okay, like this. Why are you out here, a whole full-grown man, bearded down, receding hairline? You're dressed like a cow with a bib on. What kind of freak, demented, dominatrix shit is this? Right? So I was just like, man, I gotta show this to the brothers, man. So I want to show one clip, and then if you got some clips, Q, drop them to me. I'm gonna pull them up. I'm gonna pull these clips up, man.
They there already.
Okay, boom. Hold on. I got this one right here. This the one I wanna. Hold on. Let me see. I got this one right here that I wanna pull up. Now, apparently, there is a Ain't No Kings dance, y'all. Did y'all know about that? Did y'all know there was an Ain't No Kings track, ladies and gentlemen? Hold on, let me pull. Let me share the screen here. Oh, you got some shit down there already. You might have had what I had. Let me pull up your clip first, Q. Let me pull up the clip, Q's clip, y'all. Let's bring this up to the top.
That's Nancy
So this your
Pelosi,
girl Nancy, right? What we looking at here, Q?
She tearing up a crown.
Oh God.
Symbolism.
Man, what kind of? Now, for those who are on this No Kings movement, in support of it, do you feel liberated by watching Nancy Pelosi break off a plastic crown?
Meanwhile, she's been in Congress for over 40 years.
Right, and her husband's been finessing the stock market, giving her insider trade secrets when she only supposed to be making like $200,000 a year, I believe, and now she's worth north of about 20 something million. Right, Nancy, good old Nancy. Let's go ahead. Let's see. This is super empowering, y'all.
Gonna tear up the crown.
Get the fuck. Yo, Q, where you find that clip at, man? What the hell? This is some bull. This is the worst kind of theater, man. This is the worst. Nancy, if you don't she got to sit down somewhere. Let me go to the other clip you got, Q. This is the clown shit we're talking about. This does nothing for the people, let alone the actual citizens in these communities, y'all. Right? In these communities that are being terrorized. Let's go ahead and play this one. Let me do this. Boom.
That's just a video of the numbers in those various cities.
Okay. So, and you know what? If you had to put a percentage on it, Brother Q, of the amount that turned out, do you think that the percentage of those folks that showed up say 100% authentically believe in whatever that cause is, or they were paid operatives, sir? What say you?
I think a large percentage was paid operatives in various cities. I think a lot of people just participate because they hear No Kings. Unfortunately, we just have a vast majority of Americans uninformed.
Right.
Uninformed of what's really going on. And I thought it was very ironic, and I know that this was planned, but it's kind of ironic that they would have a No Kings protest in the middle of a government shutdown.
Come on with it, Q.
The mere fact of a government shutdown proves that you can't have a king. It proves, because that is a republic, a democracy based on a republic.
Right.
To be able to have a branch of government and a bunch of people in a bunch of government, i.e. Congress and the Senate, to be able to have a lockdown of the government. The president has nothing to do with the lockdown. Can he try to help them broker a deal? Absolutely. But he can't control them from being locked down. So this is an interesting that this happened on this particular day. It just speaks to the tokenism, the symbolism, the not knowing, people not informed of what our government consists of, the three branches. Basic civics.
Right. Come on.
And when I say basic civics, we need to understand that civics, even in high school, on a high school level, basically was not in our education system by the early 80s. So a lot of this generation now, who are quote unquote in the prime of their life, they know nothing about civics. They know nothing about the three branches of government and how they're really supposed to work. And this shows that people don't know. You have a No Kings rally because, let's be honest, a particular party lost an election fair and square. They've been putting out propaganda that this man wants to become a king. And in all actuality, he has done everything contrary to what they have said that he is trying to do.
Right.
Everything. He's brokered, and I don't need to cape for the man, but if you look at all of the peace deals around the country, I mean, around the world that this man has brokered for nations and other people infighting, it's kind of smack in the face that his own country, not saying that you have to like this man or he don't got no definitely racial rhetoric and childish ways, but it's kind of sad that people can't even see what he's doing for them.
Right.
Definitely the dominant society that's here, because they want to be freaky. They want to be no laws. They want to have a borderless country, and they don't want no checks and balances. That's what the Democratic Party has turned into. No checks and balances. You having a No Kings rally, and you got people in tutus.
Hey, brother, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You got people running around in tutus. This ain't Pride Day. This ain't Pride Month. Have some decorum.
Right.
But that party promotes a lack of decorum, lack of respect, lack of laws. They literally telling people to go against ICE. So the people that decide to go against ICE, are we going to treat them the same way we treat the January 6ers? We call that an insurrection.
Right. That part.
You know, and we got politicians telling people to do this. They got politicians are literally weaponizing their base, and I'm not saying that the Republican Party don't do it as well. You got a bunch of politicians weaponizing their base to do a bunch of other stuff. So this No Kings rally, when you look at the symbolism, when you look at the purpose, get in there and be politicians. If you voted Democrat, your local representative, your senator, your congressman or congresswoman, they need to be in there, number one, negotiating to get up out of this lockdown, and getting there and doing what they need to do for their constituents instead of sitting there encouraging a No Kings rally. And furthermore, if people commit crimes at those events and unrest, now they're going to be sitting there stuck where your family got to get on a plane to come see you. You know, you're going to be shipped somewhere underground. So we need to really, inform ourselves, number one, on how to navigate when this type of propaganda is propaganda to us and for by people that really, we don't have nothing to do with this. Black Americans don't have nothing to do with this affair. We need to mind our business and stop aligning Black liberation with the Democratic Party. They're two totally different things.
That part, come on.
Black liberation is not the Democratic Party. Black liberation stands on its own and should stand on its own. Whatever the Democratic Party or the Republican Party got going on, they got going on. For Black liberation, we need to figure out what we can get tangible for us as a whole, no matter what party delivers it. And I'm gonna land my plane with that.
Man, salute, Q. That's a whole fact. I mean, black folks need to stop getting in white folk business. Okay? Black folks need to sit the fuck down somewhere. Okay? And with that being said, look, when I say white folk business, this is what I mean when I say white folk business. Let me show y'all. Let me show folks what I mean when I say white folk business. Look at it here. Look at this shit. Okay? Let me go ahead and play this. Fair use.
Black power.
What the fuck? Black folks, This is why I say you gotta sit down. Okay? Now shout out to some of my white folks that's on the right time and minding their business. I ain't got no problem with you. But go and get your cousins, man. These your cousins. Sit them the fuck down.
It's totally a dishonest narrative.
Oh, come on.
That was my bad. My bad.
No, that actually sound like a great sound bite, goddammit. That sound like some of this clipped up. But check this. This is what protest looks like in the 21st century, y'all. Okay? This is what it looks like. Now look at all the females and the guys. This is a mix of the 4B movement. Y'all remember that? How many of y'all remember that 4B movement? Bald head chicks talking about they ain't giving a man no ass. And a 4B movement mixed with the Zesties, the rainbow community. All on one trying to do a dance. This is supposed to be a protest. They practice this. Y'all know that, right? You do know that. They practiced this shit in the mirror. Had the song made up, and they practiced the dance. They had a choreographer and all of that brought in to come up with this shit here. Or the chick that's right there in the middle, the skinny one, she probably a Zumba instructor. This is Zumba dancing, y'all. Okay? But it's supposed to be protests. Are you uncomfortable by seeing this? No, look, the only the discomfort I see is what my eyes watching this shit and they think they actually saucing something. That's the only discomfort. Okay? And hearing this corny ass no rhythm song. Listen to this shit. This is your protest. This is protest in the 21st century, y'all. Okay? Look at the sign. Hey, oligarchs, hands off our democracy. Third act. Illinois. Y'all see that sign? Ladies and gentlemen, the civil rights that we've heard of, at least in my years, I heard of it. Okay? I wasn't born during the civil rights era, but I heard of how that protest looked. The actual protest, the true, authentic opposition with which those brothers and sisters faced. All right? Where is the fire hose? Okay? I asked this on one of our several previous broadcasts a minute ago. I said, "Where's the fire hose at? Where are the German shepherds? Okay? Where's the guns pointed in these folks' face?" This is a joke, ladies and gentlemen. It's a circus, as I mentioned here in the title. A full-blown circus. This is a get-together. This is what folks wanted to do when they got together on a Saturday evening because they had nothing else to do. Just be clear, a lot of folks are bored. Their lives mean nothing. They need to be fulfilled. They couldn't wait for this moment. These folks dancing right here, they couldn't wait to bust this little dance out. Look at this shit. Look. How is this protest? Q, help me out. I'm losing. I'm missing something. Listen, you older than me, right? You got me by several years, brother Q. How is this protest, brother? Educate me in this case, bro. How?
It's not a protest. It's not symbolic to any of the marches or protests of yesteryear. What I mean by this party, and this is 90% of this party. 90% of this party is symbolism, protests, social media posts, memes, Occupy democracy, while the other 10% of this party is digging their other hand behind your back, stabbing you.
Come on.
This is what this party is about. And this is what these people of this ilk, this Caucasian persuasion, what they do. They go to these rallies, and black people unfortunately follow behind them. They go to these rallies to sing, dance, do a bunch of shenanigans. Meanwhile, when they're in the voting booth, it's different.
Come on, Q. Come on.
Meanwhile, when intangibles is given out, they're with their various groups, their various subgroups. Meanwhile, black people, black Americans who support this party, what they're doing is they're voting blue no matter who without any tangibles to back.
Q, brother Q.
This was nothing but a bunch of street festivals. Call it what it was.
Come on, Q. That's all it was, man. God damn, where my sounds at? God damn it, I ain't got this. Oh, I'm a little slow today, man. Give me the goddamn sound. That's all it was, Q. This is Oktoberfest.
And listen, I've been to street festivals. I will probably go to street festivals in the near future. But one thing, sometimes we got to call a thing a thing a thing. And obviously, when you look at somebody who's been in almost a year into their presidency, what is this? This is a joke, y'all. This is a joke. At the end of the day, let's look at the political leadership of the party, that party. He's going to be in position for the next 3 years. Get in there, go in there, negotiate, and get to work.
Right.
This is what politics do. Instead, this ain't nothing. And if you really want me to talk about it, I'll say what I think it really is.
Oh, keep it a buck, Q.
Keep it a buck. I think it really is an intelligence gathering. To see who's who and what's going on and who's doing what. Make no mistake. We're all being monitored to an extent.
That's a fact.
So if you really want to, as they say, put the work in or putting some work in, what's the sense of all this? Like, what is they doing? They are literally doing the YMCA dance.
Come on, man.
Like, come on.
Shit.
This is what they're into.
Yeah, man. Look, real quick. Salute to our brother ABM for checking in, man. ABM, salute to you, player. Good to see you in the building. Salute to brother ABM for checking in. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to say this real quick as well. The Wolf is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to our brother Juan J. Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Juan J. Johnson, sir, how are you this afternoon, sir?
Man, I'm doing great.
Yes,
you can hear me. I'm doing great.
Okay.
Figured I'd chime in on this No Kings foolishness.
Right.
But so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Listen, gentlemen, if you think this was a circus, right? And my brother Q, I'm about to throw you an alley. All right, let me throw you an alley, Q. Because if we thought this was the circus, brother ABM, if you're in the building, man, check in. I'm gonna drop the link, ABM. Salute to brother ABM. Brother Black Leon, if you want to check in as well, I'm dropping that link, brother. If you brothers thought this was a circus, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that it hasn't fully come to town just yet. Because I got something else that's going to have y'all like, what the hell, chef? Stop with the shit. And what I want to pull up is just another exemplary example of treasonous Negroes and Negresses always finding a way to have daddy pat him on the head. Right? They can't help themselves. So here, what this clip is a clip from No Kings Chicago. They're out there with the Governor Pfizer, and look at those Negroes and Negresses. A lot of blacks out there that can't help themselves. This is how you push whatever agendas forward. Always have some kind of black, loud talking black, or overly celebratory or advocating black out in the front with you to drive agendas, right? So look who he has surrounded by him right out in front. All right. It's interesting how they always find themselves to be in those positions. But check it out. Here's your Illinois governor here. Fair use. So this is the movement, y'all. Bullshit. If I had a little bullshit queued up. Fuck that! Little bullshit, I'd have been playing that motherfucker all day. This is the new protest, y'all. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go. Okay? Now, you got a bunch of folks that's working for the AARP, the Medicaid, Medicare, you know. They done out of the work field. So it's all about securing shit for them. Right? It's not about securing the second generation or the generations after that for these type of folks. Right? See, I've learned and witnessed folks get older and they become more subservient and feeble types of folks, and they can't wait to bend the knee, right? For proximity and different shit like that. A lot of folks, they get older and they get bored. They don't got shit to do, right? They ain't got shit to do, and this is a prime example of that. Okay, these black folks, this governor, Chicago has been faced with a bunch of crime for years. Right? A lot of little, cats wilding out over there. There's been no protests like this of this magnitude with this governor or even these other black folks out there standing up about the shit that's going on in those communities. Okay? And folks like them in different communities all over the country. Same type of shit. Garbage. Symbolic, empty gestures. As usual, more of the same foolery. Okay? Right. Shout out to brother ABM. Have we found the money trail yet? That part. Who is funding all of this? Who funds No Kings? Who funds it? Where is the money coming? Well, not even, I don't even think it would be a who. It would be them. It's going to be more than one person, because this whole necessity of advocating for immigrants, that's not just a singular person driving that. It's beneficial to a lot of these folks. But here's what I want to point out. A lot of folks, and this is what we got to keep a buck. A lot of folks act liberal, but they live conservative. A lot of folks act liberal, but they live conservative, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And when do I say that? What do I mean by that? A lot of your people that's out here doing all of this fun stuff, because it's fun to them. It's not a real thing. It's fun. It's something to give them something to do on a Saturday. Okay? Something to bring some spice to their life because it's redundant and boring and empty to them. Okay? They get involved with shit like this because they want to feel like they're alive. But again, the folks that are out there homeless and stuff, they would never bring them in. They would never show the same level of capacity that they're trying to push, quote unquote, compassion that they're trying to push on us, particularly black folks. Right? Now that a great deal of black folks have said to hell with this Democratic Party, Democrats are saying, listen, let's just go all the way out on these immigrants. Fuck it. That's what we need. I got Angelica or Maria. She cleans my clothes for me. Who's going to do that if Maria gets deported? Okay. Who gonna wash my clothes? Who gonna clean my kitchen? How do I know I'm in these houses? And that's all they have in there is a Maria or Jose cleaning their clothes, babysitting their kids. Jose is outside. He's cutting the lawn, doing all the maintenance on the property. Right? This party has become and has revealed itself to be a party of, I mean, Trump said it, and I don't even fuck with Trump like that. He said slavery, slave labor. Yeah? So, listen. Let me see what my brother Black Larry said. And I'm going to go to brother Q. One major contributor is the Walmart hair, Alice Walton, that part. Absolutely. That Walmart chick, Christy something, she is definitely on board with putting dollars behind it. Putting dollars behind it. Her, there's always a Soros group behind it. Open Society Foundation by way of George. Bingo. Shout out to my brother Q. Okay. Follow the money. Follow the money. Okay. So let me go to brother Q because I got another clip I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna show you something. His little bullshit speech. Brother Q, man, look at this demonstration. I mean, you know, folks, for a long time, folks always say, "Oh, it's always the white folks." Well, as you can see, a lot of niggas don't want to be off the plantation in this image here. Let's be very clear. What say you, brother Q?
This is, you know, this is not, I hate to say it, that this is normal right here. This is what I expect. And the reason why is because when you look at us, when you look at the black community, those that are complaining, those that are participating with the governor right now, these people right here, let me explain something to you about the mindset of these people. They don't live around black people.
Oh, come with it again, Q. Say that shit, man.
They don't live around black people. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when they decided to make these places sanctuary cities, they didn't send them to affluent white communities, affluent Hispanic communities, or affluent black communities in Chicago, New York, LA, and other various cities. They sent them to poor communities, poor black communities. So these people are sitting here talking about no kings, they don't live around illegals. They don't care what goes on with illegals coming, taking the resources in these inner cities are already strained. They don't care that the illegals are coming, taking resources that should be allocated for them. They could care less. Most of these people are individualist thinking mindset. And they're mad and they're aligning themselves with these uppity elitist liberals who are exactly what Malcolm said they are. They've aligned themselves with them because they think the ice is colder, brother.
Come on.
I've been saying it for months. There is a group of people who do not want black liberation. They want to take their turn with the whip. They think they're better than you. They have more education than you. They're closer to whiteness than you. And that's the mindset. That's the mindset. Instead of saying, hold up, let's put a halt on immigration. Let's put a halt. And even this rally, this man, they can't name a piece of legislation that their local congressperson has voted on that will help black people. They can't name it. They can't name a bill that Pritzker signed that protected black people from state sanctions terrorism.
That part.
They can't name it. They can't name nothing that Brandon Johnson in Chicago has done for them. But guess what I tell you he is? He is in a deficit right now, over $1 billion, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. When he took office, from what I understand, he was in a surplus. Like a lot of these places, Westmoreland, down in Maryland, the budget was in a surplus. Now they're in a deficit. All throughout these cities have gone broke trying to house illegals, and they want to say, oh, we're going to have no king rallies because they're taking the spotlight off of their mismanagement of funds and stealing and choosing illegals over their own citizens. So we need to stop aligning ourselves with any and everything, definitely if it's not going to benefit Black Americans. Period. We
Check
don't
this
want
out.
nobody else. We don't want nobody else not to get theirs. We just want to get ours. That's the problem. We can't even get what we rightfully deserve. We still and you play the clip every now and then, and it's serious. These people really believe it. You ain't black
Right.
if you don't vote for Biden. You ain't black. You ain't black if you ain't a Democrat.
Come on.
That's the way they feel. That's the way they feel. And the minute that you're black and you buck or you don't comply to what they comply with, if you're known, they're going to destroy you. They're going to try to destroy you. They're going to use their war chest to destroy you. The same money that they need to be using to give Black Americans tangibles, they'll use that to destroy you. Or get one of their AIPAC buddies to fund somebody else to run against you. We need to be more informed. If you're going to step into this realm of political discussion or having some type of discussion that affects you or has some type of consciousness, as we would say, we need to wake up. We sleep at the wheel, man. And there's no need. We need to clean houses. And as Dr. Short would say, we got to clean houses of the coons. Got to clean them. We got to clean houses. Coon busters unite.
Salute to our brother Dr. Short, man. Salute to our brother Dr. Short, and major condolences. You know his well, if he wanted to share with you, I'm gonna keep that alone. If y'all want to go check out anything developments on brother Dr. Short's.
Brother, ain't no secret. He videotaped it on. He had it live, man. So
Yeah, he videotaped everything.
So condolences to
I'm
his
gonna land my plane. Hey, brother Juan, how you doing today, brother?
man. I'm doing great.
You look, as I always like to say, you're looking good, brother. You got the locks, flowing. Where is law enforcement when you need them? They should have been there breaking that ruckus up yesterday.
Yes, D. Yes,
You
yes,
know,
D.
I'll say this, man. I haven't really kept up with the No Kings, but when I finally heard about No Kings, I realized that in my description, I said no king, no God. Because I realized this for the last 4 years, we ain't had no president. We had a committee. If anybody can say for straight face that Biden's calling the shots, give me what you've been sipping or what you've been smoking.
Hey, you sure you want it? Hey, you sure you want to sip on that wolf? I may not want to sip on that shit.
Well, if it's going to make me delirious and make me forget some things, I guess I will take some of it. So I can understand the venom, the hatred turned to hatred because they don't want not king. They don't want nobody to rule over them because when Biden was in office, most people was a law unto themselves. We had folks doing whatever they wanted to do whatever they could think about doing, they did. We was inundated with debauchery, blasphemy, just some of the vilest marches and protesters that we've seen in years. And they told righteous people like myself, shut up, accept it. It's America. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of religion. Freedom of a symbol. Can't do nothing about it. Now that we no longer have a committee running America, but we have somebody who's the president, aka also a prime minister, aka also a king. See, this thing is deeper than just what's going on here. They don't want leadership globally. They don't want kings, lords, prime ministers, nowhere. They want lawlessness. Okay? This is so much deeper than Trump.
Hey, Chef C. Usually, right, when we had these discussions, me and you, Chef C, we're more we don't really come from a religious angle. Dr. Short and our ordained brother Juan J. Johnson, they will come from a religious and a spiritual angle. And one thing that I'm gonna give these gentlemen, and I'm gonna start realizing it, and I'm starting to see it, that it is starting to show its face of it is a war of good and evil going on.
Brother Q, I just posted in the chat Proverbs 29:2 from the King James Version. And it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Let me stop right there. We got a lot of folks out here who's on board with what's going on in America. They're on board with the shutting down some of these social services. They're on board with not having all these queer affirm marches. We're on board with this. We're on board with, cleaning up the government. Okay. And a lot of us are rejoicing. But the scripture says that when the righteous, I'm not saying perfect, I'm saying when the righteous, folks with right intentions, who just want to do the right thing, when they are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked birth rule, the people mourn. I can go back 4 years ago. A lot of us like, what's going on here? Who's calling the shots? Why is everything so expensive? Now the prices are dropping on your food, on your gas. Peace is being established globally, right? Now we got a few suckers out there. A couple of million of them. When you think about out of 340 million, so what, you get 7 million protesters nationwide. You ain't even get 10% of the nation.
Well, Brother Wolf, brother, real quick, Brother Q, could you break down, being a former police officer, sir, what exactly qualifies as protest, sir? Help me out, because what I've seen here, right, this was not a show of opposition or disagreement. This was just a showcase of people looking for a form of entertainment. I see people dressed up. I see we just played the clip of people doing the white version electric slide dance and shit. Just a bunch of foolery going on. Bunch of different signs, people selling shit on the side. So what qualifies as protest, sir, as a police officer?
What qualifies as a protest is the First Amendment. Your right to assemble. That's all it is. It doesn't define what a symbol is. It means it's just coming together as a group to protest. Or better yet, to right to redresses and grievances. Okay, because that's also a part of your First Amendment. Assembly, 2 or 3 or 4, redress and grievances. This would be considered, this should be considered redress and grievances and assemble. But that's the only qualification. There's nothing written that says, you know what, you can only protest a certain way. You know, once these folks apply for a citation or a right to protest and it goes through the channels, through the government channels, and they granted the permission to have these protests from what your parks and planning or whoever's regulating the areas where they would be protesting, that's all they need. That's it. You can get 3 people there, 4 people there, 5 people there, 10 people, anybody. But again, that falls into your First Amendment, your freedom of speech, your freedom of religion, your freedom of the press, your freedom of assembly, and your right to redresses and grievances. That's the qualification.
So as a person who was completely underwhelmed by this example of protests, because regardless of, I gotta say, and I'm gonna go right back to you, brother Q. Pardon me. What I saw here, it didn't reflect any, and maybe that's because of what I was brought up on, or I thought it should look like. Because even a person who has protested before, making people uncomfortable, as far for me, is one of the main ingredients to a protest, and it should lead to some form of change. But when people come together in this manner, you got the No Kings all over the place. Nationwide, essentially. Would this be considered, where some people say, the right way to do something? Right? Like, we've heard motherfuckers say, they all gathered up and they went up over there, and that wasn't the way you were supposed to do it. Now, this example from the No Kings nationwide, was that the right example of protest? What say you?
I don't. Here it is. As long as you're orderly and you're not destroying property and buildings, I don't have a problem with it. We have a right through the First Amendment to protest. We have a right. That's one of those fundamental rights of our nation. The right to protest, the right for grievances, the right to assemble. As long as you're not out here tearing up people's stuff, their property. And that's when you would have the police come in and enforce the laws, or the National Guard to come in, or the reserves, or whoever. But yeah, because here it is. You never know how a protest is going to turn out any way. My mind go back to the Million Man March. I worked the Million Man March in 1995.
Okay.
96. Okay, I was down there policing. We had no idea what was going to transpire. We didn't know. It was going to be peaceful, or were the brothers coming to tear the place down? We didn't know. Nobody knew. So it was a wait and see, and it turned out to be a beautiful day. Okay. But again, we can't define the protest no more than making sure that whoever puts in these applications to do these protests, there's some list of things that they got to abide by. Okay. But you just want it to be a calm, cool, peaceful protest. And if it doesn't be that, then you deal with the law enforcement part of it.
Okay, with that, I'm a marinate on. Well, listen, like for me, like I said, I always look at. I take it back to some of the opposition with which, as they say, ancestors faced, particularly the brothers and sisters during the '60s. Them brothers and sisters was getting busy pulling folks up out there. They was getting busy, and I guess there's a very fine line between confrontation and protest.
Well, I think the 60s era was different only because for years, nobody knew about the Black struggle in America. You heard about it, but you didn't know about it. But along came those cameras. See, those cameras documented our struggle. Those cameras documented that civil rights era. Other than that, look at it. When the world saw this nation sicken dogs on well dressed men and women who just wanted to be acknowledged, okay? When the world saw water hoses, tear gas being launched at just innocent people, the world responded. Not just the world, but the nation. Okay. So it was different. Right now, people look here, man. The power of images is what it is. Very powerful. The subliminal suggestions with the images is very powerful. So I believe they, like I said, I understand there's a bigger picture with this no kings. This is not just for Trump. This is for anybody who's a king in any nation or country. Because America, remember, America is the entertainment nation of the world. Say this again. America is the entertainment nation of the world. What do you mean? I'm glad you asked. Everybody tunes in to find out what's going on in America. Whether you do is YouTube, whether it's Twitter, our news is, everybody in the world had their eyes on this big ass soap opera. Okay. So what happens here, it inspired folks other place houses. When you see 7 million, or you hear the word 7 million nationwide protesting no kings, somebody got an idea in Libya. Somebody got an idea in United Kingdom. Somebody got an idea in Africa. No kings. Yeah, so if America can do this, we can do this too. This is like that pebble being thrown inside the pond. This will have ripple effects. It's bigger. It's much bigger than Trump. We have people out here who don't like authority.
Right.
They would rather see chaos. And I'm all for the smoke.
What? Shout out to our brother Wolf, man. God damn it. Let me go to Q, man. Q. You started to say something, man. What's your interpretation of this?
Brother Wolf, took the conversation, and when I mean he took it and ran that whole 440 by itself. And I appreciate his commentary, and he definitely gave us something that we need to sometimes sit back and really, really observe, digest, watch, keep our eyes open. The true essence of our phrase that we say, "Stay woke," is really means stay abreast. But when Brother Juan was mentioning something, I was thinking about one of the things that 47 has brokered. One of the things that he did is he has brokered certain African nations and even within nations to stop having civil wars. So, when you really look at what's going on here and having this no kings, and on the face of it, it may appear like Brother Juan said about Donald Trump, that it is bigger than Donald Trump. It is bigger to have what George Soros has, is the open society. This is why he has been kicked out of other countries, because he believes in no borders. They believe in lawlessness. They believe that. They don't want no checks and balances whatsoever. And this type of thinking, as most of us have grew up with this phrase, live and let live, this is what these people believe and they want. And they're going to do whatever they got to do. This is why when you always hear, even when our political parties talking, you always hear that one party says the party of law and order. The other party don't even want to say nothing like that.
That part.
They don't even use that as, we believe in law and order too. They don't. They are the party that literally at one time said defund the police, not educate the police, not get the police to have more training when it comes to dealing with people with mental illness, or being able to police in communities that don't look like them. They literally was like defund the police. They're mad that this man is striking cartels and have designated the cartels as terrorists for bringing drugs in the country. They want this stuff in the country. They want anybody to walk around and think they got carte blanche to do what they want to do. That's what they want. And they're going to do whatever they got to do to get it. Symbolic to when Nancy, when you played the clip when she broke the crown. That crown was the chains. These people want to just do them. And we echo their craziness. Because the fact of the matter is that Black Americans, we're conservative with our in our innate nature. We're conservative. Most of us really just want to be left the fuck alone. Laid back, do what you do, family, take care of your family, stay in your own house, go to church, go to the mosque, or whatever you do. Mind our business. Those are conservative values. That's innate in us. They should be thankful that we're here. We're probably holding this thing together. Without us, it'll fall. But that's a whole nother topic because I believe that. Without us, this thing might fall, man.
Nah, Q, you on it, man. Pause. Ain't no might. This motherfucker is cooked without Black America. It is really, really cooked without Black Americans being a fucking the Duracell battery of this fucking place. Although we benefit, we don't benefit in any way, shape, or form from it monetarily. So they siphon all of our energy. But I want to say this, man. Salute to my sister Star. I see you came in. Says salute to you for checking in. Salute to the 40 people that's in here. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, and share as well, ladies and gentlemen. But
and let me add something. Again, I'm gonna drop this other scripture.
Yes, sir.
In the to solidify my point. This is Judges 17:5, or let's say 17:6. And it says, in those days there was no king in Israel, right? But every man did which was right in his own eyes. When Biden was in office, I mean, folks was having a free fall. They was doing whatever they wanted to do. There was whatever they imagined they did. You'll never have me to forget how reckless this nation was. How promoting mutations, children switching their gender.
Come on,
man. The people did whatever they wanted. That's why this no king thing is important. Correction. That's why this no king theme is important.
Come on.
Because when you don't have somebody in rulership, you do what the hell you want to do. Like I said, and in those days where there was no king in Israel or in the United States, every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
Well, watch this. Some folks gonna get mad at Chef.
Let them get mad.
Here we go. Watch this. See, in your little quote unquote movement, the saying is there is no leader. The code is the leader.
You always
okay. Look. I'm not never letting that shit go ever. Because again, right? It has to be snatched up because look at the disappearing act with which formerly populated Black American communities used to be. Where are they now? Mm-hmm. Where are they now? Cause niggas, Oh, Chef, why you gotta? I'm not punching down. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just keeping it a buck. Black America has entered a stage of our existence where accountability is dangerous to us. It's like it's acid, huh? It's poison. Accountability.
It goes back to the clip that you love to play with the minister, where he says, "Scared to death Negroes are his enemy."
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
The fact of the matter remains is that we all respect, and I'm gonna say it, we all respect the great work that Nellie Fuller put out with the code. I have it within 2 feet of me, the book actually. But however, when you look at any type of people, you have to have leadership. We're all leaders in our own homes. If we were traveling, somebody has to be a leader. Somebody has to lead us. And you know, when we regurgitate these phrases, unfortunately, that everybody thinks that it sounds cute. But understand that, you know, what ties us is lineage, common good, the same objective, that you still have to have some type of form of leadership. It's just
Definitely.
impossible. That's just not how it goes. Somebody has to cook the dinner. We all can't be in the kitchen. Somebody has to make the table. We all can't do everything. And this is why, unfortunately, when we look at our civil rights leaders, even if we don't agree with a lot of things that they did, they had some form of representing themselves as leaders. We all know Dr. King really was just the face of the civil rights movement. We all know it was hundreds of people behind that. Hundreds of women that haven't even been recognized, that didn't care about being recognized because the movement was more important than being recognized. Unfortunately, even nowadays, even in Black liberation, you got people that want to be recognized more than they doing anything.
Come on, Q.
So when you see your op, as the young people say, when you see your op has no problem with even having a face as their leader. And it may even be, I'm quite sure, hidden hands behind the face. However, we're not in position to do certain things. We're not in position to sit around and be idle and say we're not doing this and we're not doing that. We're not in that position. We're just not. We're not in the position because, trust me, there are very few of us who want true liberation for Black Americans. Trust me.
Easy.
Most
Q.
people just want a closeness to whiteness. Not white people, whiteness as a privilege.
They gonna say you off cold, Q. They gonna say you off cold.
They want their turn with the whip. Trust me. Because you see all these people that align themselves with that party, I'm telling you, they don't live in predominantly Black neighborhoods. There are people that want to be status quo. And what this present administration is doing, like Brother Juan said, he's bucking the trend, not only from the last 4 years that we went through, the previous 8 years before him, the first term.
That part.
See, his first term, he didn't know where the bodies was buried. He know where the bodies buried now.
Yep.
He broke USAID up. He just look at this, and I'm just going to use this example and land my plane because I don't want to take it from the topic. Just look at this. He brought in Doge. They audited USAID. They basically shut it down and said how it was a front to launder money. The Democrats bucked. He showed no proof, and they still didn't fight it. That should be telling us something. They showed the American people no proof that they said they was mishandling funds and using USAID as a front. The Democrats were mad, saying it's cutting us funding, and they didn't even have to show proof. These people are stealing from the American people.
That part. Come on, Q. That part.
And the little bit of resources that's given is not being given to us, they're given to illegals. Just look, you work 50.
This is the party
50,
of money laundering. Q. Can we keep it a buck?
You work 50 years and you may get a Social Security check of an average of $1,200. An illegal immigrant be in the country for 3 days and they getting $3,000 a month plus food stamps and unlimited cash that's going to an EBT card.
Come on.
With full medical benefits. Meanwhile, you got to fight with your premium.
Shout out to Q, man. God damn it.
But guess what? But it feeds back into the narrative. When there's no king and you're running the country by a committee, you do what you want to do. There's no order, all chaos. You make decisions that don't even help out the interests of your own people. Even the scripture says that charity starts at home first. You can't be out here giving to others before you even take care of your own home first. Come on, man. How do we even justify neglecting our veterans, our widows, our disabled, our teachers?
How do you justify it? Come on.
How do you justify it? By giving it to people who don't even have no blood in the soil, who haven't even fought in a war. Huh?
Hey, but watch this, Wolf. You want to talk about justification? I mean, I don't want to go too far off, but here's the circus behind it.
What you want to.
Look, watch this. You said, how do they justify it, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, guess what? Next month, for a lot of people that's on those SNAP benefits, they shut that shit down on you.
As they should.
Shutting it down because the government, at least the Republicans in office at this particular time, refused to give benefits to your illegal population.
Right.
So the Democrats have decided to say, you know what? Yes, even if you voted for me, we're going to shut down this government. You can't eat. So all the extra baked macaroni, cheese, collard greens, all that shit for Thanksgiving, you're not going to get it this year. Because you can't buy the ingredients. EBT is shut down. You're not getting it. So again, but see, here's the thing about this authoritarian group here, right? They act like they're that's the party of the people. It's always the masters of illusion, as far as I'm concerned. The priority for this party, for all the people who will still vote blue no matter who, got nothing to do with you. And everything to do with the illegal immigrants that are in your neighborhoods, ladies and gentlemen. So now, because they're precious illegal immigrants may not have the opportunity to benefit from all the programs, they said to hell with everybody. Shut it down on you. Now, don't get me wrong. Look, I'm a firm believer that you know what? Listen, okay, illegal immigrants that do Lyft and Uber, they getting picked up now by ICE at airports and all type of shit now. ICE is at the airports now, picking motherfuckers up, picking all your little Uber drivers up now. Shout out to ICE. If you want that big macaroni, cheese, collard greens, sweet potato yams, so damn bad. Make sure you're picking somebody up from the airport. Okay? Yeah. Go to work. God damn it. Go to work. I got to work. Wolf got to work. Q got to work. A lot of y'all that fuck with us, y'all got to work. Go to work. Okay? That's how you get rid of that shit. But if you don't want to work a little hard, a little extra, you got kids, get creative. Huh? Use more of your brain. Don't be so lazy and comfortable. Because I know a nigga like me, with my businesses, I've been paying tax for you for a while. My black ass still trying to figure it out. Got to go get some motherfucking, got to get my ingredients and all this shit. Pay tax. Uncle Sam ain't taking no mercy on me. Get outside and go to work like the rest of us. You can work for a month. Then when they turn the shit back on, you're good. You'll have something for Christmas. But Thanksgiving, no baked macaroni cheese for your ass. You don't get to put the 5 cheeses on this holiday. You don't get to have the smoked turkey necks this holiday. I'm sorry. I'm okay with that decision. I'm saying, Q, man. I'm sorry. You don't get to do it. God damn it. Because you knew you shouldn't have been. You got to vote for your interests, and nobody's really delivering in these ways. So now the very party that's supposed to be the party of the people, your party, decided to shut the faucet off on you. And now they're using the government shutdown to say it was Trump's, it was the Republicans' fault. Really, it's both their fault. And then, honestly, it's your fault. Keep it a buck. We're going to keep it real funky. It's your fault.
You know, Chef C, my sister, I was having this conversation with my sister last night, and we were talking about, the shutdown and various things with politics. During this No King stuff, I was sitting at home. And she said something to me, and I disagreed with her. I vehemently disagreed because I never was able, I never voted for a Democratic president. And she says to me yesterday, she said, you know what's crazy? She said, even when we talk to Black Republicans, Black independents like myself and her, we all still deep down inside want the Democrats to do right. Our trauma with that party is kind of embedded in us because we traditionally, as far as recent tradition, families vote Democrat. And we be wanting them to do right so bad. They're not going to do right by us. I disagreed with her when she said it, right? But when I was at work this morning, I told her, I said, I thought about what you said. You're right. Most people want that party to do right. They can't believe that this party is so evil and so neglectful to their most loyal voter base. They can't believe it. They can't believe it. All of you Black people in that party, how could they not be for us? How could the CBC not be for us? Some of us don't understand it. We can't get it through our head because it's like, how? Y'all talk a good game, but y'all deliver no tangibles.
None. None.
Black
And
power.
we're suffering from PTSD from them. We're suffering, y'all. We need to go get therapy from that party because we want them to do right. They're never going to do right. And if we true, like Brother Juan always say, the younger people are for war, the elders are for advisement in history. If we study history, we'll know they're never going to do right.
Look. You've been in it longer than me, Q. Brother Juan, longer than me in this thing. It ain't even a game. It's in it. The initiative. I can't even say a movement, because I can't even give it that tag because we haven't moved. We haven't moved forward. I say backwards, but not forward. This particular thing, man. I say to myself, man, how many generations have to come in and try to clean up and pick up the baton before we actually see something, right? And it's not even so much about picking it up. I'm looking at it now like, goddamn, leave the motherfucker where it is. God damn it, leave it.
Let me. I mean to cut you off, Chef.
Go ahead.
Because I think the deeper issue with the Democrat Party is a God issue. And I just posted Proverbs 6 in the chat, just to be read. Because again, when I think about the Democrat Party, I think about how they just hate God. Now that may be a hard pill to swallow. I'm not talking about an individual. I'm talking about a collective mindset. Okay? Proverbs 6 says this: if you are a follower of the scriptures, if you love God, 6 things God hates. Okay? And 7 are an abomination. A proud look. The Democrats are always prideful in their ratchetness.
That's a full fact.
Okay?
Always.
And would actually look at you like you're crazy for not agreeing with their proud look. Okay?
Loud and wrong.
Their lying tongues. Always lying. Now, I'm not saying the Republicans don't lie, but the Democrats have made it a badge of honor to lie in your face with the fingers crossed behind your back. Okay? Hands that shed innocent blood. They stand 10 toes down on abortion. Huh? That's innocent blood. But you want me to ride with you? You want me to ride with you when I'm against abortion? Huh? Come on now. A heart that devises wicked imaginations. Huh? This part is always advocating for folks who out here trying to do some type of crazy stuff.
Freak nasty shit.
Yeah. And tell you to shut up and accept it. Putting all these ratchet books in our schools, talking about dildos and sex and you name it. Anal penetration. Okay? This is a Democrat Party. Okay? And the preachers along with it. Because it's not just the Democrat Party, it's the preachers also who align themselves with it. That's why they don't want no king.
That part. Come on.
It goes against the word. Okay? A false witness. But yeah, no. Feet that be swift and run into mischief. Huh? They don't mind. I mean, these folks will look you right in your face and lie.
And smile.
Yeah. Be the first ones to undermine the Black collective and laugh behind closed doors. We got them niggas now. We got them now.
That part.
Huh? And they also a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among the brethren. It's the Democrats. Always got somebody blocking. You get. I mean, we watched for years these talking head commentators lie with a straight face. The PhDs, the doctors, I don't want to call them names out. They know who they are.
Come on.
Male and female. They truly hate God, man. And they hate God's word. And so you can't expect them to love us if they don't even like God's word. Come on, man. Black America, in, let me say this correct. Prior to the 21st century and up until the 60s, Black America embodied the scriptures. We were the walking scriptures. That's where they got that moral compass piece from, because before those cameras came, they was whooping Black people's asses.
That part, come on.
Lynching, castrating, water hoses, you name it. The dog's been sick on us. But what do? Big signs that says, I am a man, not a queer, not a queen, but a man. Man. So again, this no king thing to me, it speaks, you just don't like God. No king, no God. They want to go back to the Biden and even some of that Obama era. Well, you know what? They ruled, no. Obama, he was ruling as a king. But Biden, that was a puppet. That was a committee running the nation when he was in office. They want that back.
Well, look, let me look. Shout out to our brother Wolf, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I got two very important clips that I want to play here, but goddamn, we didn't pay no bills today. No bills got paid today. I got no contributions or sponsor for today. So we're gonna take a quick intermission, ladies and gentlemen, to get some support in here. $ FTS49, ladies and gentlemen, $ FTS49 to become our sponsor. Okay, we're going to be right back. Salute to everybody that's checked in with us right now, ladies and gentlemen. Salute, salute, salute.
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to him as well. I salute the Q, man. This is where we are with it, ladies and gentlemen. The conversation here is exactly what it should be, but I got to tell you, man, some things need to be brought up and understood here, right? You got your mayor in Chicago. Now, this guy, when you talk about Negro or melanated folks, I don't know what his background is. However, in this system, here's the truth of the matter, they do know the differences between melanated folks. However, the messaging that they allow to go out makes a flat black impression. Okay? So even with the old trope of folks saying, okay, well, when they pull us over, they think we all black. Bullshit. They know the differences. They've always known the differences, even back to the slave laws, y'all. Do you know how many of y'all understand or even aware that even in the slave laws, which a lot of your quote-unquote masses had, they knew the difference between an American slave, the African, the Caribbean, right? The European black, and they priced them all differently, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I want you to do your diligence on your own and find that information. I came across it. Maybe I'll share it later on this month, this year or so. But that is a clear indication that they have always known the differences between the melanated people. Okay? It is weaponized here in these United States as a flat black. for the usurp, right? To get us off of our square. But even back then, they understood that, there's a special type of black. And guess what? They charged the most for us in those slave logs. My black Americans from this soil. They charged people interested in purchasing you the most for you. You were not of equal value as a Caribbean. Just to understand this. The Caribbean was less. They found that our work and our endurance, etc., was superior for the breed of melanated folks. That's what they found. And they charged a premium of it for it. The Rolls Royce of melanated people. All right? The Bentley for all my high flying folks. The Lamborghini of melanated folk. Premium pricing for us. So, when you look at this guy right here, this is a jigaboo that they've decided to cart out here and make him the face of Chicago, where that entire black American population over there can't stand this dude. They cannot stand him, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And rightfully so. He has been a staunch, stomp down advocate for immigrants over there. Unapologetic. And he gives you all the animated expressions and presentations that come along with having some kind of melanin in your skin. It's a fake Canal Street version of soul. But I'm going to play this right here. This is him trying to get folks rallied up, hyped up, you know. And then he got the jigaboos on the stage with him as well, trying to get folks all fired up, quote unquote, at this No Kings.
Are you all ready to defend this democracy? Are you ready to fight fascism? Are you prepared to destroy authoritarianism once and for all? Well, let the world hear you. No peace.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave this in your mind because I'm going to go to you, Brother Wolf. That's deputization, as far as I'm concerned. That's initiating vigilantism. That is a call to vigilante action, as far as what I heard. Right? Because again, even with these people who write their speeches and stuff for them, they understand certain things land on people's ears differently. Right? And either it will land in a place where nothing happens or it will mobilize others. This is what he was doing in my eyes. What say you, Brother Wolf?
Yeah, he's we got to realize this. He's the mayor of Chicago. And people are listening to him. And when the mayor is calling for violence, you need to pay attention. Or the governor, or any elected official. They need to be held accountable for their words. It's like I said, when you toss that pebble into the pond, it has ripple effects. These folks want chaos. A lot of folks don't like America. A lot of people, we talking about millions, have a fascination with the destruction of America.
That part, come on.
But I live in America. I'm not going to live nowhere else. I go visit some other countries, but I live here. And for those who want to see the destruction, I'm here. And most of them who call for destruction or chaos or anarchy, they sit back and watch. They're never out there fighting. They don't fight. Brandon Johnson, he's weak. Very weak. I know weakness when I see it. Don't know the man, I know his spirit. So what he did on that podium, calling for recklessness.
Resistance.
Those words won't come back on him.
It gotta, Wolf. It gotta. Look, is that not what they say about quote unquote extremists or Russian bots on the internet? How is that rhetoric and that delivery any different than what they try to call people like myself or you on this internet when we speak out?
It's no difference, no more than when you're on that podium, you're really speaking to people. When you're online, you hope somebody see your post.
You hope somebody hear you. Come on.
Big difference. You can type all you want to and text, but you have to hope there's an audience who's going to read it. But when you're out there in front of the people, you can't undo that. It's real time. And people are looking for instructions. They want to be told what to do. And they're going to listen to him because you know what? He's an authority.
That part.
He's an authority. And if he's resisting, we should resist. Why? Because he's looking out for our best interests. So it appears.
So it appears. Come on. Hey, Wolf, that part. You can do all the screaming and hollering from the comfort of your home. See, he has a patrol. These people, he gets driven home.
He has an executive protection security brigade.
Come on.
He got no less than maybe 30 officers. I used to do executive protection for Anthony Williams before he became the mayor in DC. I know about executive protection.
Come on.
I have no idea who you're talking to. You really don't. So he has about 30 people on the staff. Given by the police department, Chicago PD.
Taxpayers pay for, right?
And know that somebody gonna step in front of him. Somebody gonna take a bullet for him. That's what executive protection does. Not just protect, but you just may have to take that bullet. Glorified job. When he out here undermining the people. Yeah, so a lot of folks got him in their sights, quote unquote, eyesight.
That part. Yeah. Look. I'm gonna pull this up. See, with minions, there's always a higher tier minion or master. Aspiring master. And in the case here, you have Fisker. Controlling the strings. Fisker also doing something similar here to galvanize the folks over there in Chicago.
It means choosing solidarity over fear. It means recognizing that an attack on free speech, on immigrants' rights, on due process is an attack on everyone's rights. It means understanding that we're either building a society based on human dignity or one based on domination. Which is it? Human dignity.
Where's that human dignity when you knew people were freezing, black folks was freezing in the winter while you were giving 5-star hotel treatment to illegal immigrants? You knew black folks, homeless black folks, not even a whole year ago, were outside freezing in that windy city, freezing to death. You wouldn't put them in hotels. So what's this fuck shit he talking about here?
Black people have been collateral damage for every state in this union since freedom and before freedom.
Come on.
The immigrant population he's talking about, let's be clear. The immigrants was getting EBT cards with $3,500 minimum, not max. They was getting housing. They was getting education. And about 7 million are on Social Security.
That
And
part.
we're still getting Medicare. What are we talking about? At our expense. Who? The taxpayer. Illegal ones. And we're supposed to just sit back and accept this undermining? You done lost your mind.
Well, this is the egregious part that I'm talking about. All of this posturing, all of this theater. Oh, let's get the aerial view. Right? Nobody gets an aerial view like this if you don't know for a fact that this many people will be out there. Kudos or compliments of Christy Walton of Walmart, okay, and Soros, bringing in all these paid actors. See, the narrative, it's important to control visuals and narratives. You got to put money behind that shit. They don't care about putting it. Ultimately, it's coming to the end of the year any goddamn way. These are tax write-offs, y'all. That money got to go somewhere. You know that, right? My business people. That money got to go somewhere. Because Uncle Sam, you got to have a conversation with Uncle Sam in January, February. Huh? So you at this stage, you start dumping. You start dumping. What better way to do it? Maybe put $100 to $200 or $700 in each person's hand out there. Let them dress up and do all type of fuck shit. Okay? So yeah, let me go ahead and play some more of this. Look at this circus. Who you think wrote this speech for Governor Frisker? Let's go ahead and play some more.
History will judge us by where we choose to stand right now, today. Future generations will ask, what did we do when fellow human beings faced persecution, when our rights were being abridged, when our Constitution was under attack? They'll want to know whether we stood up or we stayed silent, whether we chose compassion.
Medic.
Thank you.
You okay?
Did we get it?
Governor, they need a medic.
We need a medic over here. Thank you for looking out for each other.
Yeah, I guess you would need a medic for that line. I mean, every time he said something, I thought about Black Americans. It's amazing how so much compassion, thoughtfulness going to illegals. When you got Black Americans out here, legal, can't get nothing. Miss me with this illegal support, this Constitution for the illegals. Nah, I'm not with that.
Not a damn thing. But the circus is in freaking town. The greatest show on earth.
And look, I wouldn't be surprised if that's not no AI generated crowd.
Look, man, look.
I don't trust them, man. I look at the AI right now, got me believing that Tupac and Michael Jackson was that same car together.
God damn. Look. Hey, shit, they got me thinking that Prince and Michael Jackson was having a conversation the other day. God damn, with all this shit that I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Look.
I think that's a green screen. What a lot of people did.
God damn it. But let's play some more of this. Let me get a medic. Interesting while he's talking. The first thing. Yeah, let me get a medic. And now, because he's the one signaling, let me get a medic, to the goofy out there, he looks like he's in control. He looks like he's got a hand of it. He looks like he cares. Right? And I can guarantee you the strategy people in the back, they said, listen, let's time this at the right time of your speech. Okay? Let's time this at the right time of your speech. You knew exactly this person just so happily. Now watch this. This person, let me get a medic, is signaling for, just so happens to be in position for whatever medical thing that's happening with this person to be visible by the governor at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is theater. This is a fucking circus.
Can we confirm whether it was illegal? Did they ever put the camera on the person?
Look, watch this. I couldn't find the clip of the person who was taking. Right. I couldn't find the clip of the person who was supposedly going through whatever spat at that moment.
Interesting.
Okay? Let me go ahead and play some more of this goofy shit.
Folks, tyranny requires your fear, your silence, and your compliance.
And my thing is, like you just said, Wolf, why not move the camera over there to that person?
That's right.
Why not?
Yeah.
Any other time, shit get moved, get zoomed in on. Right. Hey, okay. Gotcha.
Democracy requires your courage. And tyranny depends on good people doing nothing. It requires us to accept the unacceptable.
Real quick, shout out to my sister Star. Where the hell was Ice in that moment? Where was Ice throughout that whole day? Huh? Was Ice given the day off? Huh? This would have been the easiest roundup as far as I'm concerned. This would have been the easiest way to pick folks out. On this day, bring them out.
Well, not when not when the governor of Chicago. We ain't talking about the man. Say Brandon is the mayor of a certain quadrant. But this is the governor of all of Chicago. He's gone on record. He ain't with the ICE piece. So ICE ain't gonna be at that rally because why? It goes against his belief system, his goal. So no, you won't see ICE there. No. You see some ice water, ice cream, but no ICE agents. No, you won't see that there.
Yeah. Look. Let me play some more of this shit here. Look at this goofy shit, goddammit. Let's play some more of this.
To rationalize the irrational, to normalize the abnormal.
Rationalize the irrational, normalize the normal, blah, 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 blah.
Would it make sense? How are we rationalizing looking out for illegals when they're not legal? How do we rationalize giving them $150 to $120 towards their homes?
Come on.
How do we rationalize keeping them on Social Security when they don't even have a Social Security number?
Come on.
How do we rationalize giving them Medicaid and Medicaid when they haven't even paid into the system?
Normalize the abnormal.
He's speaking with a forked tongue.
Come on.
His words are a double edge. He wants to convince his constituents to look out for people who are illegally here, and we need to be humane about it. But he forget that every nation has laws that you got to abide by.
Right.
If you're going to come to America, obey the laws. Come through the door legally, lawfully, not illegally.
Well, but you know what, Wolf? See, let me play some more of this, and I'm gonna show y'all some clips from what this quote unquote no kings look like in different areas of the U.S. Okay. But let's go ahead and play this.
But tyranny also fails when ordinary people refuse to cooperate, when they say no kings and they mean it. So Donald Trump, stay the hell out of Chicago. The fight against tyranny isn't won or lost in one protest. It's won in countless daily decisions to stand for justice, to refuse cruelty, to defend human dignity. It's won when we recognize that none of us are free until all of us are free. So say it with me. We love America. We love Chicago. And Donald Trump, stay the hell out of our city. Thank you very much.
Let's give it up.
That is Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker there.
Shut up. Circus. Circus, freaking circus. In town. Live in effect, ladies and gentlemen. But again, the rhetoric, right? The little fly talk that stay the hell out of our town. That was oh my God, you heard what the governor said? That was his moment right there. He needed that, right? It has become a minstrel show, okay? Well, it's been a minstrel. What the hell am I talking about? Not become. It's been this, okay? Circus is fully in town. It has never left the town, okay? Everybody coming up with the next clever little punchline. You notice that shit, huh? Well, everybody trying to come up with their soundbite. This shit is not a protest, man.
Doc, I put in the chat the simple definition of tyranny. Because he keeps throwing tyranny. A lot of folks hear it but don't know what it is. In simple terms, it's cruel and unfair rule by a person or group with too much power. It means a ruler or government uses authority in harsh, oppressive way with people having no control over their situation. Where is the tyranny in America? Where? He's the governor of Chicago. I don't see the governor of Texas saying the same thing. Every state, it's 50 states in the union.
Right.
And they all have they all have one governor per state. You can have many mayors, but you got one governor. But you got one president of the nation. Where is the cruel and unfair treatment of people? Where's it at? The illegals are not citizens. So where is this cruel and unfair treatment? Where is it? It's telling you to go back home. That you can no longer rob the citizens of the monies that we put into a system that makes sure that we're good when we get into our older age, in our twilight ages. I don't understand the rationale of people trying to promote giving freebies to people who didn't earn it. The human thing to do is to send them back home.
Well, I can't look. Watch this, Wolf. I can't remember the last time I heard somebody, let alone anybody on that particular side or either side. I haven't heard the bootstrap talk. Pick yourself up. I haven't heard that in a while. Pick yourself up by your bootstrap.
Because that only applied to Black Americans. See, because watch this. A lot of Latinos are classified as white.
That part.
A lot of foreigners are honorary whites. Okay? Honorary whites, according to the census. But Black Americans, that's why I tell everybody, we need to read and reread the book, The American Slave Code, in theory and in practice. Because I understand that this country has a beef with Black America. Period. they would say that the greatest threat to America has always been Black America.
Right.
Nobody else. Not Russia, not China, and they got nuclear weapons. Mm-mm. The greatest threat has always been what? Our ability to impact the nation and the world. We take nothing and make something. And from that something, we make something else.
Right.
And
Right.
that's a big threat. If you think about it, what would this country be like if we weren't even here? Huh? It'd be like the UK.
Well, they're gonna say you doing the what ifisms. They saying you doing the what ifisms.
That's right. What if? Yeah. I'm clear with that. Yes.
Well,
Okay,
check this.
What if the illegals wasn't here? Then what? What would this nation be like if they wasn't here? Because the illegals are telling us you need us. Pick up your crops. We're gonna do the jobs we're gonna do. Man, we're in the 21st century. We got machines now replacing everybody.
They ain't even doing the jobs we won't do. What the hell they talking about?
Right.
Look, last I checked, the machines that's out there in them fields aren't illegal immigrants. Those are machines.
That's right.
Okay, everybody, look, man, they're gonna stop playing with me. It ain't. Look, they're gonna stop playing with this. It's not a whole bunch of illegals on nobody farm picking nothing now.
Right.
Okay, but they get to use that. They get to weaponize that bullshit. Okay, and a bunch of goofies that aren't plugged in realistically in how life moves aren't even up to speed to even pay attention to that shit, to notice that shit. It's maybe 4 or 5 farms out here in the world that's still using illegal immigrants to pick crops. Outside of that, everybody got machines. Everybody has a motorized machine running in some shape or form off of diesel fuel, okay, or robotics. Let's stop playing with this shit. Anyway, check this out. This lady right here, this is why I say the circus, the nationwide circus. You got this chick right here who said, listen, let me go get my flyers, the flyest shit I can get right here to go play dress up. And I'm going to go ahead and rent this real fast. Let me go ahead and rent my outfit for No Kings. So check this out, y'all. This is protest.
You guys, I'm headed to the No Kings protest in New York City. I'm so excited. This is my outfit. It's all Rent the Runway Gani, Rent the Runway favorite daughter. My boots are Tacovas, and then my sign, you can't read it. Hate never made a country great on one side, but wait. I heart immigrant New York. I'm so freaking excited. It's gonna be the best day. It's perfect weather. It's always the best energy. So happy Saturday.
Fuckery. This is what it look. This is protest. Finding the flyest shit she could rent. Right? Getting a little custom sign made up or making it herself, taking the time, drawing some shit out, YouTubing it. Right? And now she get to go out there and have something to do on Saturday. It's such great energy. These fuckers, I be trying to tell y'all, man. They act liberal, but they live conservative, y'all. They act liberal, but they live conservative, ladies and gentlemen. All the other values behind the scenes while weaponizing, the liberal position. It's only a self-serving position coming from these folks. Let me show y'all something else. Watch this. We just getting started. Let me show y'all something else from another city out here. Now, again, like I said, this was nationwide, family. This was nationwide. This protester right here, I just want y'all to see what some of these folks look like. So now you got the homeless John. Oh, Jesus, this shit is crazy. You got this homeless John right here. Quote unquote homeless. Now, here's what I want y'all to keep in mind too, family. When people say they're homeless, this is not by happenstance of something that they couldn't prevent. These are choices by some of these nomads, right? Who want to live on the street on purpose, just to feel what it is, because their lives are taken care of. And they know the default setting is that they have a place to go. It's experimental for them. All right? This is a quote unquote homeless chick. She got colored hair. She got the little eyeliner thing. Quote unquote homeless from her. But check it out. This is your No King attendee.
So I'm really bummed out because my protest buddy bailed on me and like nobody else wants to go. And it's like we're homeless because of the economy. And that's part of what we're protesting. But that's what happened at the last No Kings Day. No one would come with me. And the only people that I found from the shelter who were there were actually just trying to panhandle. Didn't have... They actually argued for fascism. So, bizarro world. We live in bizarro world. But yeah, I'm going to the protest by myself. I've got my bubbles. I've got,
Did y'all hear that? She said he got her fucking bubbles. She got bubbles for the... Come on, what the... She got bubbles. This is out of control. Shout out to brother Big Meech. Salute, Meech. I see you. Salute. She got her bubbles on deck. She ready to put in work. Y'all. This is the new putting in work. Getting on the ground. 10 toes down.
I see that. I see something else.
Come on with it.
You know, social media has made a lot of people attention whores. That the new currency is attention. That they just have to get their story out. They have to say something.
Right.
If you notice on the Patriot, we do, right? You're really not seeing us as much. You definitely don't see as much on social media because I don't really have to be heard. I do it because I want to, not because I have to.
Right.
You know, I'd rather not say nothing. I've graduated from being an attention whore. You know? But I see a lot of people on social media, they are attention whores. And that young lady, I don't know her. But when you got the post, I had to go to the homeless shelter and trying to convince them that they're taking from us but really they just trying to panhandle me. Why are you going to the homeless shelter? I go to the homeless shelter and feed folks. Got the receipts and the pictures and the food. I'm not recruiting them for no protests. I'm trying to encourage them to get off your feet. Man and woman, you bigger than this. That I was there one time. I was homeless. I'm not no more. And you don't have to remain here. But no, she really got to go to the homeless shelter to get them to protest. And don't give nothing. If I'm homeless and you ask me to go down to the protest, what you gonna give me?
Right.
Give me a couple dollars. I'm homeless. Need some food, need some bread, need some clothes. So I just saw a lot of people out here just attention whores, and currency, and and this whole social media piece, attention is a new currency. They just gotta say something, gotta post something. No, you don't. That's the problem.
Right.
Say something.
Shutting the fuck up ain't as bad as you want to pretend it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Cut the Check in the building, man. Salute to our brother Cut the Check and our brother Big Meech checking in with us. Yeah. Shutting the fuck up is not that bad, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? That's why we've been shit, we'll get on when we get on, god damn it.
It's not look, hey, you see us when you see us.
God damn it.
But when you see us, we coming with some fire.
Right. God damn it. I mean, shit. You know, but again, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my sister Star. Right now in this season, attention is the greatest drug right now. This is your ethanol, right? This is your fentanyl. Attention, right? Social media. This is your fentanyl, your cocaine, your weed. This is all of it right here. Okay? Because the illusion of everybody should voice their opinions that have one, is a fallacy. However, this season has made it comfortable. Like, she got no business talking. You can look at her. She need a whole can to shut the fuck up. Okay? But it just ain't happening for her because she got to get online, and of course some people gonna go on there and emoji her agreeing with the chick. And once you get one or two people agreeing, that's it. Now you get this chick going live every day, dropping the clip. Let me play some more of this.
Some wipes in case I get dirty, but I always have wipes. I don't know why I said that. I don't know. I'm just like, ugh.
You hear this? I got some wipes in case I get dirty. Okay? This is your protest. Oh, my goodness. Let me play some more.
I don't like when people talk to me like I'm weird for protesting. And a veteran, I was telling a veteran, like, hey, come with me. Like a homeless veteran. Like, come with me. Come hang out at the park. Like, the last No Kings Day I went to was, like, really fun. There were a bunch of kids. It was just, like, a good time. We talked about the issues. And if it's not a good time, like, if it's not safe, we can leave. And she was just like, I was like, I don't know, I just grew up protesting. And she was like, clearly.
You heard that, Wolf, right? How many of y'all heard that? I grew up protesting. Let that percolate with y'all for a little bit. I grew up protesting. What? This thing right here. Grew up protest. Just said that she been 10 toes down since she was born. She been hitting the pavement since she was born. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. There are families, populations of people. All they do is this kind of stuff, and they're loaded. Right? They're loaded. None of this stuff is scary to them. They like this. Is the excitement for the family. This is like family activity. They go on these little cycles, okay, where they live amongst the regular people, and they have the parachute out anytime they want. Anytime they want. So for her saying to me, this is what I'm hearing. When she says to me, I was born protesting, grew up protesting. This is the equivalent of, if anybody's worked with nonprofit organizations, you would have the rich families come down from their hills, right? And they would come into the nonprofit organization, give a little money, eat with the people, and then go right back to their regular environment. This is the equivalent of that, y'all. I work with a lot of nonprofit organizations, shelters, all of that, y'all. All of it. Okay? And I watch these rich folks do that. Trying to get some kind of fake glimpse of humility. But they know that that can't be their reality. They get to go ahead and see it for a second, but they haul ass out of there. And it's never just them going around the corner where they live. This is a family day trip. Okay? So some of them do days, some of them do months or years at a time. Come back, do a recap, what they saw, and either they continue to do it or take a break. This is how it goes. I'm telling you, these are real families that do this, y'all. Real families that do this on a regular basis. I got another clip for y'all. Check this out. But this is your protester right here. She ain't got a care in the motherfucking world. Not a care in the world, y'all. Okay? She's allowed to be eccentric. All right? She's allowed to be out there. And stand up in that shelter don't mean a damn thing for her. Okay? But check this out. I got another clip for y'all. Watch this. Watch this. Let me bring up something else. I saw this the other day as well. Again, the circus continues. Okay? But I saw this guy right here. Check it. I'm going to bring this up for y'all. Now, this was some shit I saw. Now, again, y'all saw the little clip that I pulled up for the family. The dude, the picture I pulled up. Right? Now, this is D.C. This is D.C. Check this out. This D.C. Look at this. Look at that. Let me turn your music up for y'all. Look at him. The furries. How many people know about furries?
Hold up. That's a violation right there. You playing Chuck Brown in the background?
Come on, man.
It's foolishness.
Look. Let me play it. Look at this shit. This is no Kings. Yesterday, dress up. Furry man. Right? Look at the sign. I'm a paid Antifa terrorist disguised as a grandma. Look at this shit. Not a king. Look at this circus.
Look, as Sister Star
That's
said,
out there by you, Brother Wolf.
Star said so eloquently, Chuck Brown just rolled over in his grave with this one. Okay? You ain't got that one black. Look at Chuck Brown, Chocolate City, and you playing Chuck in the background with this foolishness. See, this one talking about they misappropriate our culture. They hijacked it and put it on this debauchery, man. This is crazy.
Look.
If he had gone to a go-go with that on,
I'm just bringing it to y'all, Brother Wolf. You know, it's y'all out there in D.C., man, y'all doing a little extra things out there. Some shit going on, man. What's happening at DMV?
But you know what? Again, I'm not surprised at none of this. Look, I know that I'm going to go back. There's a beginning, there's an ending. And America ain't never been the same since that COVID era. America ain't been the same since folks took that shot. They ain't been the same. So we're seeing crazy behavior from people probably load up with the vaccine. Well, you want to have that conversation? No Kings? Huh? All these folks out here, you can't even listen to them. You can't even trust them.
Right.
Their judgment, they have not been the same since COVID. And they don't talk about it no more, but they're sick mentally, physically, and spiritually. Like I said, this no king. The root of it is no God. Because if you don't have no ruler, you're going to have chaos. And that's what they want. Chaos. In a nutshell. Pause. Playing Chuck Brown. You got to stop that. That's Chuck right there. That hits right here. One of my first love was go-go. These folks ain't even moving to the beat. That's one of those runs. The band about to do the run. They ain't even moving, man. No soul, man.
Wolf, man, I'm trying to tell you, the king is alive.
Oh my God.
No kings. See, this is the shit right here, man. This is what I'm saying. He's dressed up as a fairy, though. Look, they call them fairies or furries, dressed up out there with Chuck in the background.
That's a violation of DC. That's a violation, man, of the go-go community, for real.
But hey, see, here's the thing: ain't nobody stopping him. Ain't nobody shutting him down.
Freedom of assembly. That's that First Amendment right there.
See. But
freedom of speech, freedom of the press, religion, assemble. This is a symbol right here, and the right for redresses and grievances. Okay, they haven't sued the government yet, but they protested, and they within their right to do. But man, you have to appropriate Black culture music for your debauchery, huh? Hold up, I can't. I gotta pause.
Look. But you gotta understand though, like, okay, we see what they look like, we see how they dressed up, right? But here's a situation, right? I'm picking up another no king situation, and
there's a no king,
and people decide to go and ask these folks what their thoughts were, right? Why are they out there protesting? What's the whole gist? Why you out here? What you upset about? Why you so mad? And here's what some of the folks had to say, or quote unquote didn't say. Fair use.
Demonstration today in the very small town that I live in. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm just really curious as to what the protesters have to say about why they are there today.
It's important to protect our people and the minorities that are being just neglected and slaughtered everywhere.
No fascists. Tell me about that.
This here, I'm just holding the sign for somebody over there.
Tell me about that.
I actually didn't make it. Somebody else made it.
Okay.
And brought it to me, but I like it.
We are protesting the fact that our president wants to be a king.
Hi. What are you guys protesting today?
Who's asking?
Does anybody want to tell me why they're protesting today? What are you guys protesting today? Well, that was awesome.
This is
getting paid, man.
Ugh.
They getting paid to be out there. Some of these folks are career protesters. That's been a grip for them for decades.
Full blown grip. Come on.
Yeah. Career. I'm talking like, what, like that girl was in the prior clip. She been doing this for years, getting paid. If you can't articulate why you're doing it, you don't need to be out there. Or I take it back. You can do what you want. But when somebody pull up on you, I think you need to have an answer. It's like when you do these platforms. Man, you better have something or you're gonna be exposed. Those folks, and look here, the irony, those was old white women with nothing to do.
Not a damn thing. Hey, look. Sir, that's why I'm bringing it up, man. Look, they're getting paid or they're bored. Do you understand? They're paid or they're bored.
Was there any guys that she interviewed?
Well, she tried to interview the one snaggerag dude who looked, like a hillbilly Middle Earth type of dude. But he was like, yeah, I'm just out here. I didn't really. So they can't articulate themselves. These are cave dwellers. Okay? But again, this is the same exact kind of thing that's going on all around the country. You got the first chick, she came out with the same liberal rhetoric. Let's go ahead and check her again one more time.
Demonstration today in the very small town that I live in. I'm going to go check it out. I'm just really curious as to.
Now, peep this chick, y'all. Same rhetoric from the rest of these folks who really don't have, a defined and clarified answer or response to why any of this shit.
To what the protesters have to say about why they are there today.
It's important to protect our people and the minorities that are being just neglected and slaughtered everywhere.
No.
Okay, so what does that mean? Our people neglected and slaughtered everywhere. Where are they getting slaughtered? I'm seeing them being financed. Okay, I'm seeing them get, even utilized to take remittance and send it to their country. I'm seeing them do very well here. Quite frankly, how do you have your own? How do you have a little Havana? How do you have these little factions in different communities all over the country? And you're being slaughtered, according to this chick. See, you got black folks who still are going to continue to ask the same old question. Well, why don't they ever do this for us? Because they don't want to. How about that? For anybody that got family members that ask that stupid ass question over and over and over every year, why don't they just? Because they do not want to. Simple. All right? Stop asking the same question. They brought these folks over. They opened the floodgates under that last administration. We watched it. They opened the floodgates right in front of our eyes. Then proceeded to house them. Finance them. All right? You gave them a substantial budget per month to feed themselves. 5-star accommodations. Okay? Don't ask these questions anymore. Stop asking them. They don't like you. Mm-hmm. They're trying to replace you. You, in their eyes, have run up the tab. You are not needed anymore. It's that simple. Okay? There's no picking yourself up by your bootstrap. Okay? Small hats didn't even get that kind of talking point. They were giving reparations. They're still getting them $3.8 billion per year to that community. Mm-hmm. Okay? There's no bootstrap talk to them. So what you think is going to happen? And you keep hollering and hooting and hollering and man, shut up. They don't even want to hear you no more. Okay? You could be as aggrieved as you want. They don't want to hear you. I don't care. Okay? Let me go to this next clip here. Wolf, I'm just taking a little trip around the world. Just a little trip around the world to show folks what was happening here. Okay? That's one other thing. I got another clip for y'all. Let's keep y'all alive now. But what I want to do real quick, let's spin the block to to another liberal. Now this one, she looks just as crazy as cat shit. Okay? But take a look at this one right here, y'all. Okay? This is your no kings. This is telling you, these are your 4Ks and your no kings. They all look the same to me. These are your LGBs and all of them. They all look the same. Okay? Let me show y'all this here. Look at that. Okay? Fair use.
No kings, no thrones, no crowns. Tomorrow, October 18th, join the march. No kings, no crowns, no thrones.
She said that, y'all.
No king.
She said that with her chest. Understand? Understand. Let me see what Sister Star said. There was meth head in the clip that I'm sure was paid. Right. Right. All these folks. These folks are all on the books, ladies and gentlemen. We have to keep that in mind. Okay? But I just want y'all to know what's shaking and how it's always been out here. I got another clip that's going to make you do what you need to do in life. Okay? I got another one here. Now, every once in the blue, you got a Trump person who wants to come outside and get real fly. Right? But again, just like both sides of this coin, I give the smoke to both of them. They take every opportunity to do dress up, get into these theatrics. This is more political theater here as well, y'all. So let's go ahead and play this. Fair use.
Don't be mad, our president won. Get off the plantation. My people want you to come off the plantation. Get off the plantation.
Look, ain't no way that's a black American right there. That's not a black American, y'all. She's not a black American. I'm going to play this again one more time for y'all. Listen to her voice. Get off the plantation. Joe ass.
Don't be mad, our president won. Get off the plantation. My people want you to come off the plantation. Get off the plantation.
Now this New York, y'all. I mean Florida, excuse me. But it looked like New York to me. Get off the plantation. You gotta be careful with these folks, man. You saw a dude, he was dressed in a Haitian John. But again, this is more the circus shit in town. It ain't gonna stop. We're gonna see more of this stuff coming down the pipeline. I just wanted to bring this up, and I will say, if there was any purpose served for this No Kings, I would say at the most it was a temperature check. It's a temperature check, y'all, to see if people are almost at the breaking point for total anarchy. And I don't think I think they got their answer with this, to see that people aren't ready to really fully crash out just yet. But they're going to keep stoking it. Okay. Brother Wolf, the purpose of the No Kings. What do you think the purpose of this No Kings, quote unquote, protest was?
Again, I believe the purpose was a direct clashing with God. Because I believe that this is bigger than Trump. No Kings. Again, America is the entertainment venue of the world. Everybody checks in to see what the Americans are doing. Okay. So I think that the No Kings piece deals with not just Trump, it deals with anybody in authority. There are people out here who want to see anarchy. They want to see chaos. And if we get rid of kings, whether it's a king, a lord, a prime minister, a president, and they can see what chaos, then they did their job. Again, I'm going to post this scripture right here in the chat. It's going to be Romans 13:1. Because they don't want to be subject to nothing. Be very clear. They had, again, 4 years of a president who was not a president, but it was a committee. But Romans 13:1 says this: let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there's no power but of God, and the powers that be are ordained of God. If we have people in authority that authority comes from God. If we have a problem with it, the scriptures tell us to pray for those who are in authority over you, that we can live a quiet, peaceable life. Pray for those that rule over you, okay? That we can be living a quiet, peaceable life. That's not more protesting. You can protest all you want to. But when the protest turns to rebellion, and you want to start to just tear up stuff, and you want to keep promoting things that go against nature, that's where I got a problem. I got a major problem. Like I said, this ain't about no immigrants. This is about something. This is trying to undermine the scriptures, from what I see. For me, the bigger message is we don't want to be ruled by nobody. We want to be a law unto ourselves. That's what I'm saying.
Salute to Sister Earth Angel. Yeah, man. You know, Brother Wolf, when there are no stewards, right? I think, you know, well, let me say this. When mom and dad aren't at the house, your kids go crazy. Mm? And in a undisciplined society, right? You get the remnants of what we have here now. The legalization of people going into stools, men going into women's bathrooms, right? Kids chopping off their private parts to transform into other things. The suicide rates because people are then at a later time having second thoughts of what they did to their body at one point. Okay? Just utter anarchy. And, you know, that all gets cleaned up when there's stewardship and there's leadership in homes and even in a civilization. We had, just like I believe you said it, Brother Wolf, we had basically a committee of people who control illusions, construction of illusions, being in charge of that party. Ari, one of the big Hollywood wigs, big Democrat side oligarch over there. Christy Walton from Walmart, another big oligarch on that Demi side. The Soros, another oligarch on that side. These are masters of illusion, y'all. Okay? Disney, another master of illusion, that family. Okay? They have no problem putting the necessary finances behind narratives. Okay? And, you know, if you want to get something driven through, you got to play on the heartstrings and emotions of people, which they've found and been very successful at, y'all, over the years. It won't stop. Okay? I'm going to get ready to shut this thing down, though, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to bring this to y'all for all of those who didn't catch the shenanigans and haven't been following this No Kings thing this closely. Definitely bring it into at least 1080p for y'all to get an understanding of what's this thing been going on. And essentially, for me, it's the 4K feminist LGBT movement all wrapped into a theatrical presentation. Okay? And it doesn't mean anything good for Black America. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. So for all you fools, okay? All you fools, you black folks right? That keep getting behind it. You 96 or 7% black women and 92 or 94% black men. We saw y'all vote for this bullshit. Y'all wanted more of it. Y'all actually wanted more of this. We're only getting the side effect of it because they don't have full power, quote unquote. I can only imagine what it looked like under their fucking quote unquote leadership. Okay? Don't get me wrong, both sides are fucked. Because Trump, you think you're slick. This is what I also know. Trump, you think you're slick, goddammit. Where is that Epstein list? Are you not going, where them files at, my boy? Stop trying to move the goalposts. Okay? Now you're freeing refugees from Hamas. Now you're freeing refugees and shit. You told us you was giving us the Epstein list. That's what you told us, the files. Why haven't we gotten those files yet? Are you on there? This is the bullshit. That's why I say they playing tag with black folks. Tag you it. Tag my turn, motherfucker. And black folks right in the middle falling for the foolish shit. Those trying to leverage it for themselves, and other ones who just fucking deers in the headlight. But let me go ahead and get ready to bring this thing all the way down, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. But let's be very clear about something, y'all. Let's be very clear about something.
Stack you hard, fool.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Our brother Juan J. Johnson right there. For all your firearms needs, definitely hit our brother up. Okay? You need to get if you don't have a rifle, you don't have all the necessary. Brother Juan wants you to hit him up. lwftraining.com. Brother Juan, your final word, sir.
So my final word is this. I titled my program on my channel. What's that? I did it. What's that? No kings really mean no God. And I believe that. I dropped inside the chat a verse from the scriptures. 1 Timothy 2:1-2 says this. I exhort you, therefore, first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for all kings, and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. For those who are protesting, and you haven't even suggested prayer, intercession, supplications being made for kings, then you're out of order. You're out of order. You are out of order. And I've watched a couple of speeches, and nobody's talking about prayer. For
God
those
nowhere to be found, Brother Wolf.
Nowhere to be found. That's why I said this is bigger than Trump. This is about taking down all kings, all prime ministers, all those who are in rule. This ain't about no Trump. Trump is just in firearms language, we say know your target and know what's beyond your target.
Come on.
We say treat each weapon like it's loaded. We say always point your weapon in the safe direction. We say keep your finger off the trigger till it's time to stop the threat. But knowing your target and what's beyond your target, this is this no kings thing. This ain't about no individual. This is a direct assault on God and his word. So I say this to all those who will hear my voice. If you want chaos, no kings, okay. I need all my wolfites, wolf pack, to have you consider the shotgun? Have you considered a rifle?
Yeah.
Consider a semi-automatic handgun. Have you considered a revolver? Have you considered some self-defense? Because they want to fight. And they're going to get a fight. And somebody's going to lose. You just make sure that you're not on that losing team.
Come on.
That losing squad. No kings? Okay. See, I have to go against no kings because I've showed you in the scriptures that God ordained kings and those are in authority. And if you got a problem with that, then you got a problem with God. So you take it up with God. Okay? That's what I'm saying. With that said, you have a great day. I enjoyed the broadcast, and I'll see you again somewhere out there. Go to lwftraining.com, lwftraining.com, and I'll see you on the range.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to our brother Juan J. Johnson, LWF Training, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to our brother Juan J. Johnson. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. One of those conversations. Right? Look. There's always an opportunity to educate. And there's always a chance to bring some things to light. I got to tell you, man, it is necessary that you do your own diligence, ladies and gentlemen. Don't absorb information that is just put out to you. Do the diligence and walk the path on your own to find these things out. Only then will you actually come across the real truth that you seek. As of right now, we live in a land of illusion. Right? AI is at an all-time high and getting better. What can you believe unless you checked it out yourself? It is necessary that you are not lazy in this day and time, family. Don't be lazy and then take the emotional expression with which they project to you and then absorb it as your own without having done the diligence necessary. Have a real reason to be pissed off. Particularly when it comes to something that is affecting you and your family. Have a real reason to be aggravated or frustrated. Everything else is bullshit. So I want to thank everybody that joined me here today. I want to also thank my brother ABM for becoming our sponsor of today's broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, also be aware that if you would like to contribute yourself, you can do so. $ FTS49 or the Vimeo @ From the Soil. Right? If you're catching the playback or you're just shutting it down with us right now. Never too late to put on for us. We appreciate you. The more contributions, the more regular you will see us. Until then, we understand everybody got to pay bills. Shit got to get taken care of. All right? We definitely look forward to bringing you the next one. Our brother Dr. Short will be circling the block at some point. Right now, we send him many prayers and blessings to him as he embarks on this second leg of his life, dealing with what he had to deal with. Definitely, if you want to check him out, go to his platform, Angry Black Man's Book Club. You know, put something on the books while you're over there. Don't hesitate to do that, right? And we look forward to keep bringing this thing to y'all. And shout out to my brother Q as well. If you haven't subscribed to my brother Q, Let's Talk 2. Make sure you go over there and slide and holler at our brother Q and keep that popping. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, remember, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. My name is Chef C, and I'm out of here. Salute.
To death Negroes are my enemy.